YouTube, how's it going? So I may or may not be dying. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm dying, in which case this might be my very last vlog. No, I'm probably not actually dying, but I kind of feel like it. I had a conference today, writing conference, and I went to it, and I had it was really early, and they had coffee, so I had 2 cups of coffee, which is obviously at least 1 cup too many, because a half hour later I was bouncy and full of energy, and then 10 minutes after that I was dying, and I was seeing auras, which is, for me, seeing auras, a glowing light around people is a sign that I'm getting a migraine, so I was a little worried about that. So I started walking up to every one of my friends who had a purse, asking if they might happen to have ibuprofen, or Advil, or Excedrin, or anything that I could take that would make it so I wouldn't have a migraine, because I don't know about anyone else, but when I have a migraine, my entire day is shot. I get, the headache, which is sensitivity to light and sound, and then I get nausea, and I want to vomit and die, and it's awful. So I finally found someone with Excedrin, and I took 2 of them, which, again, I'm thinking was 1 too many. I took them anyway, and then I sat through another conference, and then I started feeling really sick again, but not headache sick, just stomach ache sick. And then I got really paranoid because I started getting a bit of a pain in my neck, which is gone now, which makes me feel really happy, but I had a pain in my neck and I had a stomach ache, and I didn't have a fever, but I was suddenly afraid that I might have meningitis, which would be awful because you can die from that. I'm not usually a hypochondriac, but obviously today is Keps be a hypochondriac day because I was convinced that I was about to die. Still, despite the fact that I probably should have gone home to take a nap, I stuck around and I stayed for the entire conference, which was about 5 hours after I took the pills, 4 or 5, because it went until 3. It started at 8 this morning and went until 3 p.m., which is ridiculous for a Friday when I should have been able to sleep in. But I went anyway, and I stayed for the whole thing because I'm tough like that and possibly a bit stupid, but I wanted to stay for the whole thing, and now I'm back home, and I've decided that the rest of the weekend is going to be spent taking care of myself and doing good things. I admit it, I haven't been living healthy lately, and healthy living is always definitely a very, very good life choice. I haven't been eating well. Most days I have breakfast in the morning, which I have multi-grain Cheerios, which are very healthy, and then after that it goes downhill. See, I teach at 9 a.m. until 9:50, so about 10, and then I'm in my office usually on 2 days of the week. I have office hours until 1, from noon to 1, and then the other days it's only until 11, but most days I stay in my office doing work until 2 or 3, and in that time I don't eat. I might have, if there's chocolate or something, or if someone comes around with food, I'll have something of that, but mostly I don't eat, and I had a water bottle, so I was at least drinking water, but I lost my water bottle, so I'm not even drinking water. So I most days just don't have any kind of lunch. When I finally do come home, if I don't have night class, when I have night class, then I always make sure I come home for a few hours and have a good big meal before I go to class, because then I'm in class until 9. But on days when I don't have night class, I'll come home usually no later than 3 or 4. There have been a few days where I've been in the office until 5. And usually by that point I'm so hungry that I come home and I don't eat, which I know is really dumb, but I'll have a piece of toast and think I'll wait until dinner, which is a bad idea because right now our house is very empty of food, so most days I don't get to eat anything for dinner, anything healthy, so usually it's pasta with spaghetti sauce for dinner, and that's definitely not a very healthy dinner. Add to it the fact that my first couple weeks I definitely did exercise. I went swimming, and I went rock climbing, and I went to yoga, and the past 2 weeks I think I've gone rock climbing once. I haven't gone swimming or anything, which I need to get back in that habit because I really need to be doing exercises and being healthy, so I'm thinking, if nothing else, I'd like to try to go to yoga tomorrow because yoga is super healthy if I'm feeling not so sick. I'm going to go to yoga. Tonight I decided with dinner I'm going to have vegetables because vegetables are always good for you. And I had fruit already twice today, so that's good. And I'm going to eat better, and I'm going to hopefully get a little more exercise in, because honestly, the most I do is I bike to work, which is up a small hill. I walk to class, I walk back from class, I bike home, and then I'm on my ass on the couch the rest of the night. So yes, you're watching the vlog of a slightly stupid grad student who needs to eat better and treat her body better because she gets sick and then she wonders, why God, oh, why am I sick? And then looks around and realizes what happened. So if you want to stay healthy, the fall I can see definitely being a time where it's hard because, I mean, yeah, it's pretty out and you want to play outside, but it's also the beginning of a semester, or not the beginning of a semester, but the first semester of the year, which, and for a lot of people like me, it might be their first semester at a new place if you're transferring or if you're a freshman or if you're new in grad school. It's a new semester in a new place altogether, so it's really hard to get your bearings and actually do stuff, but stay active and eat well and life will be much better. My name is Keps and I approve this message.
And it's all for me Grog, hey, jolly, jolly Grog, hey, hey, all for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent time on me tin with the lassie drinking gin, for across the western ocean I must walk.